Okwo mabia mesiede. Okwo mabia mesiede o. Ohame okwo si. Olorama okwo si o. Oba ewari dame ho. Where you walk by you tata. Uri o walk by ye gele gele. Utantan le via ogiso, le via ogiso nori Ogiamien. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is JRS Sydney for the Sydney Table Talk Show. The topic this evening is still going to be touching on the Ogiamien of Utantan Benin Nation and the Oba of Benin. You see, every time we come here, we talk, and some people will tell us we are saying rubbish. But what the people do not realize is what we want the people to get to understand. The time has come for the federal government of Nigeria and the Edo State government to build a status, a monument for Ogiamien EREBOR. Because naturally, when you go into the federal archives, you would find out that the house or the palace that was built by Ogiamien EREBOR is still considered the oldest palace or the first palace in Benin City. In reality, it is the first palace in the whole of the Niger Delta. So if the greatness of the Oba of Benin did not tame the Ogiamien for 800 years, it means that the Oba is subordinate to the Ogiamien of Utantan Benin Kingdom. You see, Governor Baseki, I'm still going to appeal to you. Irrespective of what fears you might entertain, but I want you to go back and look at the documents, because there are documents, and these documents would allow you to take some certain decision, that of a wise man, a man of wisdom, not a man where they follow according to Fela Nicola Kwakuti. Give me one reason why EREBOR, Ogiamien EREBOR cannot have a status in Benin. There is a federal document that says that Ogiamien's palace is the oldest house in Benin City, and that palace was built by EREBOR. So tell me why EREBOR cannot have a status in Benin. And again, a lot of people are still very, very confused about the Ogiamien's claims. Don't be confused. There are still physical proofs to show, like I always say in every of my videos, there are physical proofs to show that the Oba of Benin does not own the whole of Benin Kingdom. Alright? When you go to the Ogiamien's territory, that is the Utantan Benin Nation, we are talking about Iyeko Rion, Iyeko Ba, Uhumode, and Ikuba Oha. You discover that the Oba does not have a single monument. How come the Oba doesn't have a single monument in these territories? And yet this Oba is so great, and this Oba owns the whole of Benin. The time has come for us to call a spade a spade. If Edogiawere built the oldest house in Benin, or if Ewedo built the oldest house in Benin, or if EREBOR built the oldest house in Benin, each and every one of these men have a merit to be remembered. But fortunately, the oldest house was built by EREBOR. So what are we talking historically? What is history? What is history? You want people to tell you, Governor Baseki or the federal government of Nigeria, that you must build a status for this man. Nobody should tell you, because the government has documents which shows that EREBOR built the oldest house in the whole of the Niger Delta. As if this is not enough to respect the Ogiamien family. How can the Oba actually prove his ownership of these aforementioned territories? Dr. Ezogbamodia, he signed the 1968 Chieftaincy Titles Act, which came out from the Western Region's Chieftaincy Titles Act. If Awolowo could not manipulate that document, what makes Eredewa feels he could manipulate it? And let me say one other thing. You see, in the case of that document, the 1978 Act, the dangers of the 1979 Chieftaincy Titles Act that document poses a danger in the sense that that document completely delivers the entire Edo state to the Oba of Benin. Let me explain to you. We have 7 local governments in the Benin-speaking area. So if the Oba succeeds against Ogiamien, which is not possible because he's not going to succeed, if he succeeds, then he has 7 local governments loyal to him. And then what is he trying to do? In the chieftaincy's titles are every other traditional ruler from Edo State are under him. He could suspend them, all right? He could fight them. So the problem is that whenever there is an Edo man as a governor, the Edo man is going to have problem. The only people who can and who could or who will be able to manage Edo State effectively will only be those from Edo North. Those from Benin will not be able to do that because the Oba of Benin is going to duplicate himself as a governor like he's doing now. He's duplicating himself as a governor. But what the Oba has not come to tell the people is that how come is the palace built by EREBOR before 1255 AD is still the oldest house in Benin. He is Oba Ogidigan, I agree with him. But how come Ewari the First never destroyed Ogiamien's palace if he was so faulty, if he was so strong, if he was so mighty, if he was so revered? You see, I haven't said this. I would go back to the vein of this argument. I want to appeal to the governor of Edo State, His Excellency, Governor Obaseki. Your Excellency, Ogiamien EREBOR deserves honor. Your Excellency, Ogiamien EREBOR deserves honor because the Nigerian government recognizes the palace that he built as the first and the oldest house in the whole of the Niger Delta. Therefore, Your Excellency, Ogiamien EREBOR merits that status, merits a monument, Your Excellency. And again, I want to equally say this to the National Commission for Museum and Monuments. I know quite well that in the 80s, you people came up with a lot of projects for the Ogiamien's palace. I want to appeal to you again. This is the right time for you people to explain to the public what actually happened, why most of the projects that were conceived for that palace were not kept alive. Because the Oba's attention or his intention on that of his followers is to destroy the Ogiamien's palace. Is to destroy the Ogiamien's palace. This is the intention of the Oba of Benin. And the federal government should know this, that we, the Ogiamiens, we are not going to fold our hands and watch him do that. We're not going to fold our hands and watch him take it away from us. What our forefathers labored for. We're going to fight him. We're going to fight him. And we're going to start demanding that a status be built by Ogiamien EREBOR because EREBOR deserves a status. You don't need no explanation. There's a document that is saying this bullshit. The document is saying, guys, look, Ogiamien's palace is the first in Benin, is the first in the whole of the Niger Delta. So how are you going to tell me that this guy does not deserve a status? What kind of history are we propagating? History of wicked people, history of those who are weak, who overnight subdue people because they are opportune? No. We want to tell the history of our men who were great. We want to tell the history of our men who were intelligent. Ogiamien EREBOR raised the bar when he built that palace. The British told you that your forefathers lived in the forest, but when they came to Ogiamien EREBOR, he was not living in the forest. This is why the Edo State government, most especially under His Excellency Governor Godwin Obaseki, must build a monument for Ogiamien EREBOR because he founded Benin. We do not need history to tell this. What we need is the house. The house or the palace will tell you that Ogiamien EREBOR founded Benin. We do not need further explanations. If the Oba, in his greatness or his reverence, could not, in all these years, bring down that palace, it means that he is under the Ogiamien of Utantan Benin nation. Once again, brothers and sisters, I want to say thank you for following me. You're welcome.